Our curiosity about China never really ends, even when it comes to their food. Many people say they eat snakes, frogs, even cockroaches. But the real question is, how much of this is actually true, and how much of it is just exaggeration, myths, or internet rumors? In today's video, we'll explore some of the most unusual foods in China. Foods that might sound shocking at first, but have real history, culture, and even scientific reasons behind them. China is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, and its food culture goes back thousands of years. Here, food is not just about eating. It is deeply connected to tradition, medicine, and lifestyle. And the first thing you need to understand is this: China is a huge country. What people eat in one region can be completely different from another. So, let's start with one of the most common questions. Do people in China really eat rats? Historically, in some rural areas, rat meat was consumed, especially during times when food was scarce. But today, this is not a common food at all. For most people in China, this is just as unusual as it is for people in other parts of the world. Now let's talk about another viral claim: cockroaches. You may have seen videos online suggesting that cockroaches are eaten in China, but in reality, this is extremely rare. There are some cases where cockroaches are farmed for research or traditional medicine, but they're not part of everyday meals. Now here is something that is actually true: snake. In certain regions of southern China, snake is used in traditional dishes, especially in soups. Some people believe it has health benefits, but even then, it is not something that everyone eats daily. It is more of a regional or specialty dish. Now let's talk about insects. Yes, in some areas, foods like grasshoppers, crickets, and silkworm pupae are eaten. They're considered high in protein and are also eaten in different parts of the world, not just China. Still, for most people, this is not an everyday meal. Now let's look at some famous, unusual Chinese foods. First, the century egg. Despite its name, it is not 100 years old. It is a preserved egg made through a chemical process, which changes its color and texture completely. Next is stinky tofu. As the name suggests, it has a very strong smell, but surprisingly, many people say it tastes delicious. This shows something interesting. Sometimes food that smells strange can actually taste amazing. And if you enjoy real, research-based videos like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we bring more unknown and fascinating facts just like this. Now, let's talk about chicken feet. In many countries, this might be considered waste, but in China, it is a popular dish. It is rich in collagen and cooked with different spices and sauces. Then there is duck blood soup. It may sound unusual at first, but it is a traditional dish that is commonly eaten in some regions. In higher-end cuisine, you may also find foods like sea cucumber and jellyfish. These are valued more for their texture and health benefits rather than their taste. So now the question is, does all this mean that people in China eat anything and everything? The answer is no. This is a stereotype. The reality is, most people in China eat normal everyday foods like rice, noodles, vegetables, meat, and seafood. In other words, their main diet is very similar to what people eat in many parts of the world. What makes Chinese food unique is not that it is strange, but that it is incredibly diverse. Every culture has foods that may seem unusual to outsiders. Some countries eat insects, some eat raw fish, and others eat fermented foods with strong smells. What feels normal or strange depends on where you come from. So instead of judging a culture by a few extreme examples, it is more important to understand the history behind it. Because food is not just about taste, it's about culture, survival, and identity. And China, with its long history, has one of the richest and most diverse food cultures in the world. So the next time you hear, "they eat everything," ask yourself, is that the full truth or just a small part of a much bigger story? If you want to explore more videos about knowledge, science, technology, and history, make sure to subscribe to our channel.